Hi Aries, and welcome to your August reading. Welcome back if you've been here before. However, if you're new, then welcome to Esotera Tarot. My name is Lydia. Today I'm going to be pulling cards for the sign of Aries for the month of August. I set the intention for all of my readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. So if you don't find your story here today, be sure to check your other placements in some of my other videos. I'm sure you'll find your story there somewhere. And don't forget, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you're interested in a personal reading from me, do check the description box below for all of my details. And with that, Aries, let's just jump straight in and see what's coming up for you this month of August 2025. Right, let's just get you an overall energy for the month. Show me Aries, please. What's Aries coming for Aries this month? Okay, what we got here? Oh, the Emperor. Do you know what? That's your card, Aries. It's really nice when a sign shows up as themselves. Knows we're on the right track, right? So you're feeling strong, grounded, sure, independent. Running a well-oiled machine here, Aries. So let's see what's going on for you. Okay, I'm just going to jump in and clarify. I want to know what's going on. We'll start by looking at your recent past, Aries, into your current energies, and then see what's in the near future or within August. Ooh. I shuffled the cards a couple of times before recording, so I think that's Spirit telling me I've shuffled enough times to start drawing them cards. Right, show me Aries. Aries, please. Aries. Aries placement. Sun, Moon and Rising and Venus, Aries. Okay. Oh, the Star. Okay, well, no wonder you're in Emperor energy. We've got the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Okay, right. I see why you need your Emperor Aries now. Emperor energy now, Aries. So you've set out on a new path, something that is completely aligned to you. You're in your strength. You're feeling confident. It's ticking all those boxes. So maybe for some of you, it's involving leadership or taking on a new role or just putting some kind of authority over a situation that's important to you, Aries. And you felt super aligned back here in the other energy. However, there's some not regret. I mean, I don't know if this is a person or a place. Could be a person, could be a job. I'm getting job, but let's clarify before I commit to that one. There's some kind of tension or feeling of regret in the energy, or it's not regret, uncertainty, or it's on the tip of my tongue, Aries. It's like you're lacking a confidence or self-doubt. That's it. You're doubting yourself. I think you might have hit another energy here. I don't know if this energy is a person. I'm not getting person. I'm getting more a situation that you've been quite unexpected, and you've probably got a lot of different options you could choose from, and you're doubting yourself on which way to go. Now, this could be a work-related situation, or it could be a person. Like, say if you're in a relationship and you think it's going so far in the direction you want, and then suddenly the person either wants to speed up or slow down the connection, and you don't know what to do. Do I stay or do I go? That's in the Seven of Cups over here. There's some kind of choice. You're being presented with options. And for those of you at work, it could be, right, you've had a project plan, but there's been a spanner in the works, and now you've got to move in a slightly different direction. I'm just checking you can see these cards okay, Aries. You can, I think. We're good. We're good, right. Okay, well, I'm just going to jump in and clarify with that. See what's going on there in the recent past. Whoa, okay, I'm going straight out. We have the Page of Pentacles, so it's something new. Yeah, something new that's caught your eye. Or caught your attention. You've put your attention on this new pentacle. We have the Queen of Swords in the present and the Three of Swords in the near future. Okay. So whatever is in the past here, it caught your eye, or it caught yours. That makes sense. You caught its eye, or it caught yours. So you started to move towards it. However, maybe it wasn't what it seems. Because here you reach a sense of clarity. It's from internal clarity that you're now having this self-doubt. Maybe it wasn't the path for me. It's actually leading you somewhere else. I have a feeling that this is another energy, potentially another person. Because usually when it's a work-related situation, the path's usually laid out quite clear to you, right, which way you're going. I mean, it still possibly could. I mean, there's occasions where people get into a job and it does not look quite as good as it did on paper. But here, there's definitely another energy involved that is change course. It's either forced you to change course, or you've realised something about it or about this person that where you see a potential for getting hurt, and you're trying to avoid that at all costs, Aries. That's why you're standing in Emperor energy overall, trying to make the best decision of the course of your life and you. Okay, don't worry, we're going to keep clarifying, Aries. Don't worry, we've got a long way to go here before we get to the bottom of this. Right. Okay, let's go back to the recent past here. We've got the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it looked very appealing. Something you're really excited about. Queen of Swords. Yeah, and the Three of Cups. Okay. So this looked good. It felt good. Till it didn't. Whoever this is, a person or a place, I don't know. So you've come in. You've seen something that you want to know more about. You're intrigued. You feel super aligned to it. You're super excited about it. But your energy slows down from going outwards towards whatever this thing is, towards going in. From your heart space, you start feeling that something's not right. It started in your emotions and then finally became clear to you. So whatever this is very real. Again, I'm getting it might be someone who was a partner. If not new, then, you know, maybe you've known them before, maybe. And they've come at you with maybe a proposal to do something different, maybe slow the connection down. I've got the Three of Cups here. This can mean third party. Could be maybe you're dating somebody, but you found out they might be still on dating apps. Or maybe still talking to other people. So it's not been quite what you've seen. They might have sold you the dream that commitment was there on their side, and they're not quite there yet. And now you don't know what your other options are. I am getting other options and heartache in the future here. Okay, right. I'm going to clarify some of these cards now here. I'm just going to clarify the Star here in the recent past. Okay. I mean, this, or maybe they don't have anyone. It might be just this. They're not committing, or the relationship's just not going in the direction you expected. Right. Can we clarify that Star, please? Can we please clarify the Star? Yeah, something you really wanted to invest in here. Oh, okay. Oh. This was someone you really liked, and it was a soul connection. We've got the Six of Cups here. You felt very proud to be with them. So I think I'm getting two camps. I think this is possibly, there's half a camp of you where you've known this person a long time, or you had this person in mind for a long time, and then now it's suddenly slowly becoming a reality to be being with them. Or you have another camp where you had an idea of a person in mind, and you've met someone that meets that criteria. Because there's a lot of hope here. I think this is a bit of like, yes, I see you want to invest in it. You're super open to the connection. They feel familiar to you. You feel like finally met with this energy of alignment here, aligned to whoever or whatever this is. And then let's just clarify the Page of Pentacles, please. Yeah, we've got Knight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Five of Wands. Wow, that's a lot of fire energy there, Aries. No wonder you're sitting there as an Emperor. Okay, so things are going back and forth. There was communication here. Things seem open at all sides, but there was an underlying degree of tension, though. Even from here in the beginning. Excuse me for anyone who doesn't like sipping. There is a conflict. I think that there may have been one or two little red flags you might have ignored because the flow was going so nice and the passion was there. You've got the Knight of Wands twice. Definitely passionate. You were definitely interesting to know more, but there were some things where you weren't quite aligning. It's very subtle though, because it's like hidden among all these really positive energies. Not to say the Five of Wands isn't positive. It has its positive aspects. As all cards have their positive aspects. I mean, it could be that this person challenged you in a really nice way, because often we get that from people, right? No, take that as it resonates. Sometimes having that little bit of challenge, a little bit of pushback can actually help us develop as well. I'm going to clarify that Knight of Wands for you and just see what was going on down there. Yeah, we've got the Four of Pentacles. We have the Page of Swords upside down. Now that is interesting. And we have the Page of Wands the right way up. Yeah, you ignored some red flags back there, didn't you, Aries? See, the Page of Swords is usually the lookout. So he's like when you're like early days dating, which is the sense I'm getting this from. They look out for the red flags. They look out for the strange behaviours, the incompatibilities, the inconsistencies. They're like a little bit on guard. Like, you know, I'm open, I'm cautious. Yours is in reverse here, in between 4 of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Now, Page of Wands is open curiosity. The 4 of Pentacles is like clinging on, right? So I think you've noticed some little red flags here in their behaviour. Oh, Aries. Do you know what? We all do it. No judgment here, my loves. We all do it. We all do it. Then they started becoming a little bit more apparent. But maybe you read this as healthy pushback because communication was really good. They were really consistent communicators. It was exciting. The excitement builds with them in the past. To the point where you were like, yeah, I think this is my person. There's just that nice spikes of fire, you know. Not push and pull dynamic, mean like hot and cold, but there's sometimes push and pull within healthy dynamics, you know. That's what I'm sensing from the connection back here. Okay, let's go into current energies then. Now we know where you've been. Now we know where you've been. You're not showing me an ending though. You're not showing me an ending. So it's possible that you're with this person or at least still talking to this person, right? We're getting the clarifying the 5 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Swords and we have the 3 of Cups. Right, we've got 3 of Cups twice here. Both under cards that are kind of a little bit unsure of themselves. And then, yeah, this is in the 5 of Swords. There's definitely a give and take imbalance here. Again, I'm not saying that your person's seeing someone else, although that is definitely possible from the cards that are on the table. But there's been some conflict, maybe around, if not other people, just on like the status of the relationship, like how casual is this? And the other energy seems to be pushing for casual. You're looking for a little bit more solidarity, a little bit more investment, a little bit more give and take. The other energy is kind of slowing down. It's like, it's a bit like you want to go to the museum, they want to go to the bar, that kind of thing. And you're like, I wish you'd just come with me to the museum sometimes. That kind of thing, yeah. Like you're happy, but you seem really happy though. Again, I think there's probably a very small portion of you where this might be third party. I'd say about 20%. The rest of you, I think you're just enjoying each other's company, but this conflict keeps arising. Conflicts keep coming up in between, and I think that's where the self-doubt's coming up. Little conflicts, they're little. Again, I'm not being shown a tower or anything like that. They're the swords, and they're the lower swords. Swords is thought energy. It's like little bumps in the road, like you keep going along okay. There's a little boop, bloop, and I don't know if they're coming from you or this other energy. I'm getting the other energy that's then making you feel conflicted, right? Can I just clarify the Queen of Swords there, please? Queen of Swords in the present energy. We've got the Ace of Swords, yeah. We've got the Queen of Wands, and we have the 6 of Swords. Yeah, that's when your doubts start coming in here, Aries. You're showing me. That's when you're like, should I just move on from this? Is this person ever going to take me seriously? Is this person ever going to commit to me? And I think that's when you start getting the idea of, I think I might be at a dead end here if I want commitment and longevity. If I'm looking for my Emperor. So I think the Emperor energy for some of you might be what it is you're looking for rather than you embodying it yourself. But then the Emperor is also about making mature decisions. Sometimes the Emperor has to make decisions that are really difficult, but it's for the good of his kingdom, right? Sometimes that's what we have to do, especially if we're trying to find love, or again, if this is a work thing for you, trying to find the perfect job. Sometimes a job, yeah, it might be enjoyable, but it's not going to make you reach your financial goals. Or it might be you're not being paid enough, you're getting in debt. So you have to make the mature choice to move on to somewhere that's going to pay you more so you don't get in debt, that kind of thing. And I see you here coming to the realization of that. But as you're coming to that realization, the more you're standing in your power though, because you're showing me as Queen of Wands, I think there's also a little bit like, I think I can do better than this. Not I think, I know I can do better than this. But you're also enjoying their company at the same time, so it's difficult. You're like, do I want to let this go? This is fun. But eventually I want equal partnership. And you're unsure whether or not this other energy is going to be able to give you that. Okay, can we please clarify the Queen of Cups here? So you've got you've got 3 queens in your current energy, Aries. 3. Plus an Emperor on the table. Don't doubt yourself. We've got the 7 of Cups. Yeah, we've got 7 of Cups, 7 of Cups. That's where the indecision, it's pointing me up to this. You're not sure what to do. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That is unstable. And we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So you know this person's not going to be the one to give you long-lasting fulfillment, but they're fun in the moment. That's why you're struggling to let them go. They showed great promise back here, but as time's gone on, it's you're believing it less and less and less. You're showing me less. You're showing me more of you coming into your own power and realizing that you probably need to let this go if you want your 10 of Cups, because it's reversed here under the heart, under your heart space. So your heart is open. Your heart is open to more. Your heart is open to long-term commitment. But as time is going on, you're realizing it might not be this person. Okay, my Aries. Let's go into the near future here. Let's go into the future. Can you please clarify the... Do you know what? Do you know what, Aries? Because I'm running low on cards here, I'm called to use a different deck. And I'll do this throughout for all the other signs for these readings. Just called to use my other deck. One moment, my loves. I want to see what's going on here. Right. What's going on for Aries, please? Show me Aries, near future Aries, please. For August. Bear with me, Aries. Show me Aries. Aries, please. Clarifying the 7 of Cups. Clarifying the 7 of Cups. Okay, so for the 7 of Cups, we got the 3 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and Temperance. You don't know pretty much what we guessed from the beginning cards. You don't know whether or not to stay and work on this and see if this could actually turn into something long-term, like a long-term stable partnership, or whether or not you need to just maybe time will tell, balance it out. That's what you're saying. Your intuition is right there. So there's a surface level, at the very least surface level interest on working on this. However, your intuition then steps in and tells you that maybe you need to allow this a little bit more time. So rather than cutting this off entirely, maybe you need to just step back. And you don't know whether or not that's the right thing to do, because I think for a lot of you, it's a question of trust. So if I pull away from this energy, does that mean that they're going to vanish? Or some of you putting in more than what you're getting, Aries? Because that's usually what happens when it's an imbalance. When you show me the 6 of Pentacles here, next to the 5 of Cups. And that basically means you're not getting that imbalance, that balance of energy that you want. Or at least that's probably where these little conflicts are coming up. And you there, you're like, do I stay? Classic, do I stay, do I go? But I don't think you're thinking of going. I think you're it's more like you just pulling back a little bit and just letting nature take its course. Whether this person just ends up putting more effort to come towards you because you've just taken a bit of your power back, which I know you want to do because you show me the Queen of Wands here in your current. Maybe they come forward to meet you, or they might vanish. I tell you what, Aries, if people just vanish out of your life because you're not doing all the giving to them, then they're not worth having around. It needs to be equal give and take. Anyway, let's clarify that 3 of Swords there. Let's clarify the 3 of Swords, please. 3 of Swords for Aries. The Wheel of Fortune. The 5 of Wands. There's that conflict again. The King of Pentacles. Yeah, it's about your stability. About your stability in long-term partnership. If this is work, stability in a long-term career. You keep showing me the same thing at every stage. I think you want to let your hair down and enjoy yourself in this connection, but there's still part of you that craves longevity, and the more you get attached to them, the more you're at risk of heartaches. That's where the fear is coming in, of attaching yourself to this energy, because there's a part of your intuition that has been telling you that maybe this is not the person for long term. Here for a good time, not a long time, that sort of thing. But the Wheel of Fortune is like, you're showing me here in the future of you taking control of your own destiny here. And you show me it's also difficult to do so. I'm not saying you need to move away from this person. I'm not saying you need to stay with this person. It's entirely up to you, Aries. It depends on the situation. I'm just reading the energy here, which most of you will be sharing at the moment, but the actual details of the situation will be different. But I see you wanting to work on it. You want the stability and this conflict. I think there's almost a little bit of hope there, because you're trying to connect the dots. I can see you trying to go, yeah, there's a way we could work this out so it's long term. But each time you're showing me that energy of thought, you're showing me conflict between balance. It's like you go balance, balance, conflict, balance, 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 conflict. And then the hope that in time, with temperance and the wheel of fortune, it will kind of sort itself out. Okay, let's see. What have we got for the Three of Cups here? The Three of Cups. Let's get into that. Here we've got the Four of Swords. We've got the Hierophant. And we've got the Eight of Swords. Yeah, this is their energy, I think. This isn't yours. I think they're showing me, at least with these Three Cups, is that at the moment, they're not really on that path. Or at least it's not something that they're actively concerning or thinking about. They're taking more of a lackadaisical attitude. Even though the Hierophant is here. So the Hierophant is like structure and what you're supposed to be doing and belief systems, and it's usually quite rigid. But but it's also being supported by the Eight of Swords, which is about not being aware of that energy. And then the Four of Swords telling me that they're actually in alignment with another path. Which is not telling me it's away from you, it's not telling me it's with you, but they're very much concerned with their own needs and wants at the moment, which is we all should be. We all should be. But if what they're doing isn't aligning with what you want to do, it's something that can't be forced. And I don't see you trying to force anything. I actually think you're trying to take your hands off the brake a little bit with this person and kind of letting them go and do their thing. But there's a worry that they might wander off the edge of the cliff and you'll never see them again. So I do believe that this is a connection that's together. If you're not talking to your person or not in contact, it may not be your reading. Yeah, but there's definitely here in the other person's energy. I don't want to say drive. It's like they know what they're doing, but yeah, they're taking a lot more of an active flow. It's almost like they're saying to me, oh, I'll get to where Aries is when I'm good and ready. Not a bad way, but like, I'm just going with the flow of whatever. I'm going generally in Aries' direction, but they're not aware of it. Not quite as you. You're coming in with a plan. You know what you want. You know where you're going. And I think at the beginning, I think this person probably did mirror you that. And I think that they were genuine. But you're both going around getting to that goal in different ways. So say if we both want to buy a house, right? One of you is saving diligently the same amount every month till they reach the goal to get the house, whereas the other one is just putting bursts of savings in every now and again. I feel very conflicted, and I think that's why your Emperor's turned up for your Aries. The Emperor has to make those hard choices. See, you're going back and forth, you're showing me moving away, coming forward. Well, especially when it gets into the heart space, it's like your heart space is telling you, or at least feeling like it wants to move away. But your head space is more like worrying that if you go away too far, this person's not going to follow you, or they're not going to stick around. They seem to be just chilling, if I'm honest with you. That's the energy I'm getting from them, is that they're not quite there with it yet. Not to say that they won't be. I'm going to pull some universal advice cards for your Aries. Universal advice for Aries, please. Universal advice. Let's talk it through, Aries. See what we can do about this. So yeah, some of it may be third party, but I'm not getting strong third party like they have a full other partner or anything. I'm getting more like they're probably still on dating apps, or they're talking to other people. They might not have met them or done anything with them, but they've not like honed in on you, I think, as much as you'd be hoping. And there's something in your instinct telling you that, Aries. You kind of already know. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. You're showing me here. You've shown me. Because I'm seeing glimpses of their energy, but I'm mostly seeing you telling me how you're responding to them and their behaviour. The energetic match is a little bit off. I'm going to be honest here. You're full of wands and passion and fire. A little bit of cups. But the thing is, most of the cups you're showing me, Aries, they're in reverse. So I think it's a passionate connection. I think it's a really fun connection, probably very intellectually stimulating as well. But the emotions there, you're showing me just disappointment. So I think your heart energy is open. But on their side, whenever I see their side, I don't see any cups at all. I'm not seeing any of the heart energy coming through. The only thing I'm seeing is their general attitude towards a connection. And I don't see anything negative per se, but basically they're telling me no rush. I'm not rushing. They're not throwing all their pentacles at you, put it that way. It's mostly swords energy. But not in a bad way. Just in a mostly they're not paying attention kind of way. You know? And responding to your conflict. Not your conflicts, so I didn't mean it like that. Like the conflicts that keep coming up in the relationship. They're showing me that too. But I think from your end, there's hope that in time, it will get better. Communication will improve. Their feelings will develop more over time. Again, they're not showing me no. But at the moment, at the moment, they're showing me later. Possibly later. Right, can I get some advice for Aries, please? Can I get some advice for Aries? Advice for Aries. Aries, please. Aries advice. 6 of Arrows. The 9 of Bows. And the King of Arrows. Okay. So the universal advice is this: the energies seem to be moving further apart rather than closer together over time. There's acknowledgement of pain here in the connection as well. I don't know, it seems more pain in the parting rather than pain in the connection itself. But I see you, and it's showing me you reaching full clarity over the situation. Because you're showing me a Queen of Swords energy. So that's like internal, like you'll clarify yourself. At some point, some evidence will be brought forward to you. And you will be made aware that this probably is not the connection for you if you are looking for long-term investment. I mean, if you are looking for, this person, you just want a casual connection, I mean, that's not what you're showing me here. So if you are looking for casual with this person, again, it might not be your reading. Check one of your other placements. I apologize, it happens. But the deep connection that you are looking for, Aries, I think something, at least in August, you'll see from this person that they are not on the same page. Again, I don't think that they have any negative feelings towards you, but they're not there. They're not where you are. They're not showing me anything else that's going on in their life other than that they are just open. They're making no rush forwards. In fact, I'd say if anything, their primary goal is just keeping themselves as chilled out as possible. So I don't know, your person could have just come out with something that was quite heavy and they're just not looking to reinvest in someone else this soon. Could be a bit of that. But yeah, the universal advice is just a movement away into calmer waters, but it's associated with a bit of difficulty. We've got the 9 of Wands here, a bit of healing. Healing starts happening, and then you come into your own. And you know, aha, this is what I want, and this ain't it. So then I think I see you being the person who walks away from them, rather than them being the ones that walk away from you. Okay. Right. Just going to close off the reading here. Get you some animal messages, spirit animal messages. Spirit animal messages for, oh, Aries, please. Who we got here? We've got butterfly, rebirth. Yeah. So I think with this person, there will probably a bit more of a lesson than a lifetime keeper. Show you what it is that you do want. So yeah, someone might be fun. Oh, there might be a cohort of Aries where that's all you were looking for, but then this person also like triggered other feelings in you where you're like, actually, I want more, but not necessarily with them, but in general. Okay, butterfly, rebirth. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have a brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. And I think that's the key thing here. So for the Aries that are kind of disappointed if this connection doesn't work out, I think it's just a huge life lesson, and it'll probably be the next person you meet where you're like, right, okay, I now know from the beginning what I'm looking for. Don't get too caught up in all the passion. It's so hard to do though, Aries, and we all do it. No judgment here at all. But yeah, there's certainly here a bit of an energetic mismatch here, and I think that's what's causing the initial bumps, which were easy to ignore in the beginning, you're showing me, but as time goes on, it's harder and harder to ignore. When you're giving time, you're open to giving time, you're not like asking for commitment tomorrow, but there is kind of an expectation here that it will end in commitment, or else your time is going to be wasted, right? At least that's how you feel. It's kind of how you're showing me. Now you're in the decision-making stage, but I see you making that decision to pull away. But it's difficult for you to do so. Then you'll get clarity. So the universe basically telling you by pulling away, you'll get clarity on what this person wants. But energetically speaking, then they're not there yet. They're not there yet. Okay, Aries. I'm sorry this is a difficult reading. Just someone that you're invested in here. But I wish you all the best of luck with this situation, my darlings. If this reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments, and be sure to like, subscribe and share with anyone who you think needs to hear this message. Anyway, take care, Aries, and I will see you in the next one.